Just when I thought I couldn't find my way out, yeah, I searched the God in me to find my way out. I know it can seem way out, but the Creator flows to and through me from way out. I'm talking way out, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, if you believe in the God in you, it's a better place. Creating the force and the power to live a better life. Just know that love and joy and peace is one in all of the same space. That you were chosen just like God. Your energy. That's right. Only you can make the change. Share your energy. Shine so bright from darkness from darkness to light. Yeah, and you'll find your way out. Yeah, oh, it won't seem way out. Yeah, the power of God will flow through you from way out. You'll feel it from deep within, and from there you can begin.
All right, welcome. This is Optimizing Energy. This is DJ Genesis, and we have a special guest tonight. This is a really special guest, a friend of mine for many years who is in the film industry, and he is going to talk about the film industry from, Atlanta to Detroit. And if you are into film and all that stuff, he's going to break down the entire thing from, Tubi, I mean, Netflix, all these different things. What is it that makes a successful producer of film? Without further ado, let's bring on Lens Crafta. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Genesis, for having me. Long time no see.
Long time. So, all right. So you have been doing film for how long?
Since 2009. Yeah,
All right.
2000.
Like
Yeah,
starred in several like things as well as done film. You work with some of like the best people out there when it comes down to even the smaller films versus the even larger films. Uh, Tell us what your entire like. Give us your resume.
all right. So what happened was like around 2009. I went to a school, or I signed up to go to a school called Specs Howard School of Media Arts in Michigan, right? Um, we're a part of. It was not like a long time dream to be like in film or film director. It was always music for us, right? Which you were a part of that. And I just got to a point in my life where I was trying to take my life a little serious and actually think about having a career. And at that time, I was also dealing with like financial services. So I'm like, what's really solid? What do I really want to put my attention to? And it's weird how the film thing popped up. I was like, I seen a commercial for the school, but at that time I was installing direct TV satellites, right? Raising a family. I kind of got interested, but I still wasn't super interested, and I was playing around with it. And a few chains of events kind of led me to like, like I'm always one of the persons who I feel like I'm following, you know, the breadcrumbs down the yellow brick road, the clues, on your path. So I inquired about it. They sent a brochure. I had it laying around. I'm still just working. And one day I was at this lady's house fixing some, her cable. And we got to talking. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but she said, hey, this certain reporter on the, Detroit news, she went to this school, Specs Howard. Maybe you should really check it out. And I'm like, okay, maybe I will. And then she also had some kittens. And I got some free kittens that night. But I still didn't take it serious. But what happened, I had the brochure at home. And one day I'm just cleaning up my basement. And that brochure popped out on the floor by itself. And I took that as a sign. And I said, okay, let me call him and set up a tour. I went to the school, did a tour, and I fell in love with it. I signed up, and that was the beginning. Um, Specs Art was pretty cool. That was pretty hands on. They had just added film that year that I went. And what they do radio, television, and film. It's an 8-month program. And after 4, you learn everything in the first 4 months. Then the last 4 months, you choose your focus, which I chose, obviously, television and film. And that was the beginning.
So,
Um,
fast forward now to what Detroit is now. From Detroit, you're one of my best friends from Detroit. Detroit is one of the places when it comes to the new film, new Tubi movies and
yeah,
filmmaking.
yeah. I would say right now Detroit is like the Tubi conquerors. Probably the majority of the films you do see on Tubi is probably from Detroit, which you know, a lot of that is headed off by a guy named Dennis Reed. He's kind of like the main man of Detroit, but he's spawning a lot more filmmakers. It's that's the community is a little larger than it was when I first started. We did have a film community, pretty good film incentive at that time, but Governor England kind of squashed that, and that's when a lot of people started maybe, heading to Atlanta.
You moved to Atlanta as well. So, what made you move? Was it the fact that the film industry was like
Yeah,
having some issues?
yeah. Well, I mean, what it was too. All right, so right out of school, I worked on my first film, which is called Corner Store, which is now on Tubi, and that's back in 2010. And then I worked on a film called Last Girl after that, which is a horror film that's on Tubi right now as well. Um, and then I have my partner Man Robinson, which he has Man Robinson Studios now. He At that time he's like, "You want to start a film company?" Because I went to school and I knew, I had gained that knowledge, and I was like, "Sure." So we started with a project called On 10, which he asked me if I wanted to direct. So I kind of jumped straight from gaffer grips, grip and gaffer to like director. That probably wasn't in my plan. I was gonna work 50 to 100 movies, whatever, to build my resume just to be in it, and then that just kind of catapulted me to that type of spot. So what happened is, man is good friends with Al Nuke, and Al Nuke had already came to Atlanta. And he was like, I think at that time, Zaytoven's manager. He's like, yo, y'all need to be coming down to Atlanta because, especially for film. Even though we just started, they kind of sparked that idea. Then Man Robinson decided to come. And I said, well, if you go, then I'm coming too. Because I was kind of, getting fed up with the average life, working at the factories and stuff like that. And that's how that popped off. So we On 10 brought us here. And when we got here, we was continuing on with that project. But then eventually that got put, on the back burner because Man had met Jamal Gravy Willard through a mutual friend of ours called Pop Culture. And that guy, William Pop Floyd, he's the guy that created the design on the Rap Snack bags, right? And that's how that kicked off. But that's what got us here. And
What do you think about this whole like Tubi thing? Some people like kind of make fun of Tubi movies and oh, it's a bunch of BS. It's like hilarious and like. But do you think that Tubi movies is really like the new like wave in like even though some of the movies are like kind of like ghetto whatever? Do you think that that's the wave? Is this the new wave in actual filmmaking?
I think it's the beginning wave. I think what it does is give independent filmmakers a chance to make money and make projects and make money. They do pretty good with that. I'm one who said too there was a lot of cheesy stuff on Tubi, but again, not everybody's like super filmmakers. Some people just want to make some money. They pick up a camera and just shoot anything, right? That's cool. I mean, there's still a certain criteria to get your films on there. But what happens if you're in production like I am, you understand that, cameras, just the different, the quality, the sound and everything. You can tell if someone's using just a mic from the camera versus having a boom mic, right? So if I'm judging it based on the quality in that and the acting, the quality of the acting as well. But Tubi is still that's the wave still. Hood films is still what it is. And you might even get me to make a hood film, but I have more quality to it and better twists and better acting, if that makes sense. It won't be your typical hood film with me though, right? So
Or if you were to like say, what are the top three places that films are like the place where the new black filmmaking is happening? Because Hollywood it seems to be going away. What are the three top places you would say that the black filmmaking is coming?
First, I'm gonna have to say Tubi. Tubi is still at the top dog, for urban filmmakers. We got access to all of them. Let me say that first. Man Robinson has access to Peacock, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, but they just have different criteria, right? And some of them it might be a little harder. You're not gonna get away with just your average little hood film and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Can you like put your phone on like it's vibrating really loud, or we can hear it really super loud?
Yeah, my
Welcome,
bad. Somebody was calling.
welcome to the channel, Nicole Allen. She is a producer of films in the Dallas, Texas area, and she has been to Detroit. And you know what? When she went to Detroit, she was able to say, you know what, Detroit is really making it happen when it comes down to films. Welcome to the channel, Nicole Allen. Welcome. Oh shoot, we lost her. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, Nicole.
Hey, can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you very much.
Yeah, for some reason I can't get my video on. But yes, I'm telling you, when I went to Detroit, I was re-inspired because I had got so discouraged with the quality and the product coming out of Dallas. I was just like, yeah, maybe this ain't for me. But when I went to Detroit, I got re-inspired. I mean, the quality. And the thing is, like I was telling Genesis, they don't really have access to the stuff that we have access to here in Texas.
Yeah,
Um,
Texas has a big
yeah. And for them to not have access to the things that we have access to, I know they got studios and stuff like that. But just overall, I mean, Dallas is Dallas, everything's big in Texas. So for them not to have access to the things that we have access to and be able to put out the quality of product, I was blown away. Like seriously. So yeah. So it did re-inspire me, and I was like, yeah. So you actually can put out good quality with not $1 million budget. So
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Atlanta. Who's the guy you work with at Atlanta?
who, me?
No, Lens Crafter. Who you work with?
Yes. So the big dog here, right? Obviously, and on the independent side is my partner, Man Robinson, who
Yeah.
we started in Michigan. So now their brothers at a place where it started small. We was in a little like studio thing. Small, and that brother moved all the way up to like a 20,000 square foot film studio. Now I think he's about to move into 100,000.
Oh wow,
And
yeah, I'm familiar with his work. He's good.
yeah, I mean, think about this. So Tubi, that's what Tubi did for him. You see what I'm saying? And along, the other things. But we also have our own platform like Tubi, right? It's called TV, TIVI, right?
Okay.
Subscription based right now, like $4.99, but and their brother got probably about 40,000 subscribers now.
Oh.
Yeah, but so with the Detroit thing, I'm gonna give props to the guy Dennis Reed again. I've only met him once, and a lot of my other film buddies, they work with him a lot.
Yeah, I know Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the biggest. He's like the main situation right now. Now, not saying other people aren't making films, but he's the millionaire there. You know what I'm saying? That can put him up. Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, the talent coming out of Detroit, and when I say talent, people think I always talk about acting. The color grading was on point. The audio was on point. The lighting was on. I mean, everything was on fucking point. The story, the writing, everything. I was like, oh my god, they are really doing the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and Dallas don't have nothing. Dallas think they doing so much, and they think they big shit, but no. And it's my hometown. I ain't saying it to be this.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think another thing to play a part too. So like the actors from Detroit, people are so familiar with them now. So even with Man, if he does a project out here in Atlanta, he still reaches out, right? Detroit actors, because the faces are familiar, right? So they definitely made a staple. They are the conquerors of Tubi, and they're gonna probably keep that spot for a minute.
Man, they should. And I also told you this, if they had what 50 is doing in Shreveport and what Tyler did for Atlanta, if Detroit had that, they would dominate the independent film market.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause
And I'm gonna tell
they're
you,
doing it and they ain't even got that.
nah, it's a process though. I mean, I did have a vision to build me a studio there later on, LENZ Brothers Studios, but just to take it back home. And that's just me saying, hey, you know what? Since my brother got a studio here in Atlanta, I don't want to, kitty corner that. I just go back home and do my thing there. But it's growing. Listen, even the city's changing now, and I think the film part is going to be one of the bigger aspects of it. There are more filmmakers there, even like my buddy Sunnyville Productions, who did a lot of work in DC. He has his own production, so it's going to grow. We're going to see a lot more growth out of it, I believe, in Detroit.
So, when Nicole, I wanted to ask you, what are the differences between filmmaking in Dallas versus Detroit? What would
You,
you say?
you, you said what?
What are the differences when it comes down to filmmaking? When
Well,
you
to me, and this is my own personal opinion. I have a lot of filmmaker friends here in Dallas. I worked on a lot of projects. I love my people, but uh, a lot of the stuff coming out, it's just the quality. And to me, I feel like they don't care.
Mm.
I feel like it's all about ego. Who gonna put out the most films? How quick can we get our film out before this next person get their film out? Everybody is wants to be the top dog. It's ego that they don't care about quality.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't care. I just be like, y'all niggas really don't care. Like if they rushing to put stuff out, and it's an ego competition thing in Dallas, and that's what's fucking them up.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you that's what I love about Man Robinson. So right now, most movies that he's doing or whatever, probably 2 weeks to the most, but 8 to 10 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not spending over $100,000. You don't have to. If you know what you're doing, you can shoot a quality film
You
for
know what
50
you're
grand.
doing. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
And that brother's dropping 8 movies this year.
And they're all good. That's what I'm saying. It's just Dallas has not got the quality down, and I don't know. I don't get. I don't know. I be trying to figure out what we're missing. A lot of some of these book writers are trying to do movies, and they're writing their movie scripts like they would write a book. Too much damn dialogue. I said, y'all, it's motion picture.
Right.
I feel like some of these films. I feel like I'm reading an audiobook book. It's so much fucking dialogue. And it's messing up the stories.
Right.
And then you got bad casting. I mean, everything. It's just everything. Bad casting, bad acting. You're casting grown women, 50-year-old women to play teenagers. You're casting little bitty girls to play grown. I mean, the casting is bad. The acting is bad. You got habitual line readers with no emotional, no depth, no no energy. Just reading the lines, just memorize the lines. Coming on set, memorize the lines, and just reading lines. I call Dallas Films audiobooks. You're laughing. I'm serious. That's how I feel like. And trust me, I worked on 100 projects. I worked on, from commercials to films to television shows to, I've done a lot. And yeah, the filmmaking scene in Dallas it needs a lot of work. But you can't tell them that though. Their ego's too big.
What happened is they won't start making as much.
You said what?
Money, because that's what I watched Tubi do, and they was like they was raising their criteria based on this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think they were paying independent filmmakers like by clicks or streams, right?
Yep.
And to raise the criteria, they made it ad based.
See?
So if a person has to watch the movie all the way through. So now if you have a bad film, they're not going to either watch it all the way through, or they're not going to talk about it. And you might make your first little cash pop, but if you're not elevating your filmmaking skills or sharpening your craft, it's not going to last.
Yeah. I mean, it is based on it's all ego. Dallas is ego driven. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be the top dog. Everybody wants to be. Well, how quick can I get my film out? If somebody did 8 films, I want to do 10, which is fine if you're putting out quality project. I mean, you don't see Spike Lee and Malcolm Lee, and those are some of my favorites. And Ryan Coogler, you don't see them putting out 10 films a year.
No,
I mean,
and they could if they wanted to.
and they could if they want to. They have the budget. Tyler Perry probably does more than anybody, but for the most part, you don't see the greats like your John Singletons and your Spike Lee. Those are my favorites. Your Malcolm Lees, your what's with the hat? Will Packers. You're not seeing them saturate the market like that. They may do 1 or 2 films a year, and they're 1 or 2 great freaking films.
Yeah,
They're
facts.
building yes, they're building brands. They're not just pushing out product just to be pushing it out, and the shit is not good. So
Do you
Yeah.
think next move in actual thing is actual series? Maybe people are like just pushing things out because they're not investing. I think that the next move in this whole thing is a series of like to where you have a whole series.
well, I
Not
mean,
Well,
people are doing that too. Series are big. I mean, Netflix is big on series right now. Series are a big thing right now. Because, and again, for me, I feel like series are good because it gives you time. It gives you time to develop the story. It gives you time to develop characters. Tyler Perry's been good at that with I'm trying to, with have and have nots and a lot. He kind of created that whole. I ain't gonna say he created it, but I'm just saying for as far as the black genre with the series because it gives you time to develop the storylines and develop the characters. You're not just pushing shit out, and then everybody's sitting there scratching their head like, okay, what happened?
well, you remember that spawned from the old soap operas,
Yes, yeah,
General Hospital, and all that type of
yeah,
stuff. And,
yes, yeah.
series is the way to go.
It
Now,
is.
that's where the bigger budget to be applied. Like I was talking to man, and one of my brother I did a movie with Chemotherapeutic out of Detroit. We got a movie out called Bullets and Love, which we're waiting for to come back up on too, but they're taking their time. But he's working on a series that might come out in 2026, right? Which man to back it up. But that's where you get $150,000 budget because it's a series. Yeah, I agree with you with the series thing. That's probably the newer thing for us to get into because you can keep creating characters.
Keep building it, keep developing characters, keep developing the stories. Yes, I think that's, and I mean, and again, if you look at Netflix, that's kind of what, I mean, that's where they kind of lean toward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's you're right. That's probably the future. I mean, in the sense of,
I mean,
listen, it's easy to make a film.
Look at Beyond the Gates. I don't know if y'all watching it, but I've been following it. But it's
Check it out.
Oh, you have an echo. Are you like? Is it?
That's on Netflix.
No, it's on Paramount.
Oh.
It's a black soap opera. And when it first started, everybody's like, "Oh, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last." They had 200 episodes.
You have an echo right now.
Do I? Okay, how can I get rid of it?
Like watching on YouTube and then
Hold on.
YouTube. All right. No, is that maybe it's you. Oh, let me see. Hello. Yeah. Let's try.
I don't know how. Is it? Do I still echo?
No, it's Lens Crafta.
It's me.
On
I have an echo.
there's some kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't have no speakers on or anything.
No, I'm saying, do you have like on YouTube and StreamYard?
Yeah, just StreamYard.
Check 1 2. Now it's even worse.
Is it?
Yeah, what's going on? Drop down. No, Nicole, you're good. Nicole, it's not you.
Okay, is that okay?
All right, say something, Lynn.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
All right, check 1 2.
It's you.
Hello.
Yeah, it's you, Genesis.
Most got the FBI tapping her. No play. Yeah.
With Genesis, ain't no telling.
I know. Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah.
it, I'm a guy, y'all. Come back because y'all. I don't know. All right, let me just add. Nope. When I add you, I don't hear it. So it's Lens Crafter. So Lens Crafter. Whenever you're on the thing, there's like an echo. So leave out, come back up. Because when I bring you up, there's an echo. So yeah, it's Lens Crafter. Leave out and come back up.
So what was y'all talking about? What was the subject of y'all?
So the main thing is we're talking about like the whole industry when it comes down to movie making and what I was about to get into next is what is it to make a movie? Is the movie industry like the new hip hop industry, like the new, just like how you had like you used to have like the hip hop music? Is the movie industry the same thing? So, all right,
What
hello.
what 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 do you mean? In what way?
Like almost to a certain extent, like it's like the new version of like hip hop. Like making a movie. You back in the day, you would make hip hop records in out of your basement, this, that, the other. But now you have the movie industry where it's almost the same thing. Do you understand what I'm saying, Lens Crafter? When we talk about is the movie industry the new hip hop industry?
Well, the way some of these distributors is handling it, yes, the way they paying these splits, and I know one. I ain't gonna say his name. They was paying a 50% split, and they own you outright after like 3 to 5 years. So yeah, I would say in that regard, yes.
Yeah, that sound like a name we was mentioning earlier.
You can say it. I ain't gonna say it because I mean I'm kind of
Yeah,
friends
I
with the
mean,
person.
the thing with me, like I said, I only met the brother once, but
Oh no,
what I was,
he's not a brother, so it ain't the same person.
yeah, what I was starting to see is a little disgruntledness with some of the people that was working with him, and to me, I'm kind of glad it's happening that way because it's making them step out of their comfort zone or maybe just being actors, and now that they understand production, they're starting their own production companies, what I mean, and doing their own projects, and
Mhm.
that's in that manner. You could just say everything happens for a reason, right? So it's good that he's making
Right.
it come on flying ball, right? In that sense,
Yep.
So
So
when
yeah,
I say like the hip hop industry, is it almost like okay, you put out a movie, right? Just like a hip hop album, and
mhm.
then there is people that will like sign you to a deal, and then
Yes.
you deal, and then they pretty much own everything, and then is that like the new hustle when it
Yes.
comes down to like the major like a major
Yes.
not
Especially since COVID and everything was streaming, and Tubi took off. Yes, because they didn't care about. Again, this goes back to what I said. I'm big on quality. Like I had to stop doing a lot of stuff in Dallas. I had to stop putting my name on a lot of shit because it's like, oh yeah, no, because the quality was just horrible. So when Tubi kind of came on the scene in the beginning, I can't speak on now because I don't really know now, but in the beginning they really didn't give a fuck. You could shoot
yeah,
a film in your freaking garage on your iPhone and Tubi would drop it.
yeah, fact.
So yes, and it kind of gave it put a black stain on the in the industry. But they were trying they pulled the same thing Fox pulled back in the 90s when Fox first started, and Fox had all those black African American TV shows on there to build their platform, and then once they got their platform built up, they dropped it. So that's kind of what Tubi did. They was like taking everything and anything in the beginning to kind of get the viewership up, get their platform built up. So now I hear they're getting a little stricter now, but yeah. So
right. They use the black audience to build up their
yeah,
platform, and then they
Ev-
get to a certain point, and then now it's like, oh, let's put more restrictions on it. Let's like
yeah,
say you have to
yeah,
have this and have that. What do you think about that, Lance Crocker?
yeah, it was funny that she said that because Fox actually took over Tubi.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so,
And they followed that same model they followed when they started. Yes, they did.
and to tell you the truth, I thought Tubi was black owned, which is not. So
No,
when they had a big urban following like that, or
I thought Zeus was black owned. So that goes to show you we don't really own shit in this industry. I thought
nah,
Zeus. I thought Zeus was black owned. I just
Oh,
found
Zeus
out.
is black- hold on, back up. Zeus is not black owned?
No, ma'am. I found that out about 2, 3 days ago. No, they are
Let
not
me
black.
Zeus. What? I thought it was
No,
owned by
no,
black people.
ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Zeus is owned by the same folks that own everybody else. The same creed of folk that own everything else owns Zeus. Yes, ma'am.
So they just put a black person as the
Of
face.
of course.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what they do. Yes, it's like what I mean.
So Zeus,
Go back to Fox. Go back to Fox when Fox first started. What did they do? Whenever you pin, you pick a nigga network. What did they do? Yes.
Zeus was not a black owned. Is not a black.
No, ma'am.
It was owned by like P Diddy.
No.
What?
No. No.
Wow.
No.
Well, that's a good thing about what Man launched. The TV brand TIVI, because it's black on.
See?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go subscribe now that I didn't even know that. I didn't know he had it. Yeah. So I'm gonna go
He
subscribe when I
launched
get
it
up.
last year. He launched it last year, like July.
Okay.
Like I said, he's probably got about 30-something, 40,000 subscribers now. He's got the only documentary, with R. Kelly's wife and daughter, where they would tell their story, and that's epic. So
Tell somebody needs to cover. Somebody needs to do a documentary. There's a story out of Chicago, and I wish I had the money because I would do it. There's a story out of Chicago. You can Google it. You probably already heard about it. It was Ramika Weeks. Ramika Meeks. She got killed by her baby's father's new baby mama. Back in September. And that story has taken off on social media, and somebody needs to do a story about it and do the documentary. I'm probably assuming that For My Man or something like that's gonna pick it up, but somebody needs to do that story because that story has taken off on social media like crazy, like wildfire.
I'm about to look into that. And what's her name again?
It's Romika Meeks Blackman. It happened on September 8th. She was dropping off her baby daddy and baby daddy baby mama showed up and killed that girl.
Dang.
And the story has been blowing up on social media, and it's somebody it's so controversial. That would be a good documentary for somebody to pick up.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably keep that in mind too. And
if I had the money right now, I would do it.
Yeah, that money plays a big part, right? Like
absolutely. Absolutely. It plays every part. Not a big, all.
when I holler at Man, it's like, oh, if I can have a script ready and say, all right, boom, we both agree it's a nice script. All right, we'll shoot it. I can get that budget. But even like right now, he's got money tied up in 8 projects or more, right?
How much on average can you make on a film right now?
So, well, let me give you the basics. So when we first started in the game, what Man did, he went beyond just the art part of it, right? And learned the analytics. And what he first had said to me is, if you spend a certain amount of money on the budget, you should get a return based on just the numbers. And that's without it being a good film. And that's maybe why there's a lot of regular films or whatever. But when he talks to me these days, he's like, listen, if you spend 50 grand on a movie and it's quality, in a year on one platform, you should make like 300,000.
Yes.
$250,000 profit. That's just on, let's say you got one on Tubi, you got one on our platform, you got one on Bit, whatever. That could be 900,000 and you only spent 50. So the days of spending over 100,000 or $1 million is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I got out of school, our teachers told us $1 million is considered low budget.
$1 million is considered low budget. Really, and this are people who won't even talk to if you ain't got 250,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's people still gonna run that game, but see, the reason why people like Man Robinson gonna win, or maybe even Dennis Reed, is because they know they can shoot a film for 50,000 and make 300,000. So if let's say you got the big dog spending 100 million, and they got to make 500 million, and whatever, right? And they got the bigger money to do that, but who's really winning?
Yeah, you're right. Because you look at Chris Stokes. They putting that they have a fucking money making machine over there. I'm sorry, a movie making machine. They just put them at this, turn them. I'm like, damn. But they have they have the budget.
Yeah. And then they got the teams. You know, I
And they got the
watch.
team. And they got
Got
the
a
team.
team. Like
Yeah.
man is not the only one directing projects now. So he deals with probably like 10 other directors, right? And has an in-house, team that's his crew, whatever. So you got to have the infrastructure too to put them out
Yeah.
like that.
You do. You do. You do. Because people will say, again, I'm speaking on what my experience here in Dallas. I can't speak for everybody and everywhere. But people will say they can do some shit and they cannot fucking do it.
Yeah, facts.
So Tubi
And that
as a
whole huh?
Tubi, like where everybody. I mean, think about this. If you want to be a filmmaker, you should like strive towards Tubi or strive past that.
I would
Tubi's
strive
a good
past
start.
Tubi. I would strive
Tubi's
past.
a good start. Tubi's like pre-K.
Yeah, I
TV.
mean it's not my okay from my perspective. I mean, this is my perspective, my opinion. For me, say for instance, I win a lot tomorrow and I come into a ton of money. I would bypass Tubi and I would go toward like a Netflix.
Yeah.
I would aim to shooting on that level. But again, in order for me to do that, I would have to have a certain amount of budget. It would have to be shot a certain way, quality, all that. I mean,
Yeah.
so I personally would want to go for like a Netflix or a Prime Video. Me personally, I would fuck with Tubi.
Take to shoot your average movie, documentary, etc. Break it down from documentary into movie. How much is
Most okay. So Juanita Stokes, Chris Stokes' sister, I mean, 250,000. A lot of people I've talked to, LA, Atlanta, on a different level. Again, I'm talking about a little high. They're minimal 250.
250 like to even get in the game? So how much do you make on a 250 movie?
I mean, he just gave you the numbers. You could probably, I mean, it's I mean, depending on where you put it.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
what she's on point with is like, so even when man, he's done a lot of talk with Netflix when they wanted some projects, but what you'll get out of Netflix a lot, they want to buy it from you and take the
yes,
rights from you.
yes.
The IP. They want the IP.
Yeah, they'll buy. Yeah, they want to buy it, and again, they want it. Got to be certain quality. They want like BET, for instance. You got to have a certain number of celebrities, B list, whatever celebrities. You got to have a certain. So everybody has different criteria. Tubi was the only one who did not have a criteria. That's why everybody ran to Tubi, but they ran down Tubi because now Tubi has this reputation of being, oh, you're a Tubi, you're a Tubi movie maker. You on Tubi, you're a Tubi actor. It's created a stigma. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I would try to buy. Me personally, if I had the budget, I would not even fuck with Tubi. Tubi would be my last. That'd be my last run. That'd be after I ran my license out other places. Tubi would be my last resort. That'd be after, not before. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun part for me because I have my own platform to blow up, right? So it's like
Exactly.
I don't mind if I'm like trying to make a quick buck or two, just to pour right over into another project or whatever. But like man said, and just like this concept of Tubi, it's still a little hot. Like they still a little wave to it, so you still can like what he told me is go ahead and get a few out, two
Mhm.
few hit movies. Get your name, a little bit solid, then you can start giving them, different, making a different type of film. Because
Mhm.
of like the attention span on Tubi is going to be for the hood films mostly.
Yes. Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
if you ready to make like I got sci-fi ideas, right? It ain't gonna work on Tubi.
No.
My man
No.
told me all the time, man, you need to dumb some of that shit down. You're too complex. I'm like, well, I can't.
Right.
I don't
So
Right.
think like that.
they're too complex.
Well, I mean, I'm one of them type that have twists. I give you an example, just all right. Let's like I'm a wordplay person too, so I got a concept called popcorn, right? That's corn spelled with a K. And in that concept, what I got is a young, slinky, tall kid. His name is Cornelius, right, with a K. He's getting picked on as a kid. They call him Cornstar, Cornstar. He meets a Mr. Miyagi type guy, right? The guy teaches him martial arts, learns firearm stuff. The guy. So what you watching most of the movie would be like John Wick. The guy's awesome, but what Corn is doing, he's becoming. He might flirt with the girlfriends or the wives of these big bosses, dude. He does that to rob them, right? So the thing is, it's called popcorn because everybody's trying to kill him, right? So now you're watching all that most of the movie, then I get you later on in the movie and maybe start showing little things, hospital room and cords, this and that. And then I reveal to you later on that everything you was just watching was a program created by this guy confined to a wheelchair. And he's Corn. So now he's faced with this conflict. I could either stay, well, Corn actually falls in love with one of the women. So my character, you know, in the wheelchair, the real Corn or whatever, I don't got a name for it yet. He's faced with the conflict of, do I stay in my own design forever, you know, to be in love forever, or stay in my reality where I'm confined to a wheelchair, right? That's type of stuff, you know, that my brain is usually on, right? Stuff like
That
that.
sounds like some shit like that would be on Netflix. What's that called? Black Mirror.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Like Black Mirror. By the way, that's Black Mirror.
Listen, there are so many platforms. I wouldn't even for me, I'm not even worried about a platform. I want the money. Let me get my hands on some real fucking money. And I can put it, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I have tons of content. It's just I don't have nothing to do with it because I don't have the money to. Because I mean, yeah, you can do a film for 50. And I mean, and Detroit has proven. Detroit has restored my faith that you can put out a good quality product with low budget. Yes, it can be done. But I mean, for me personally, I would want more money because I would want to again, Tubi would be after my Amazon Prime and after my Netflix. After my licenses run out with them, then I'll go to Tubi. Not me starting at Tubi. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm right. I'm just saying that's how I'm seeing it at this point.
Well, yeah, and you're a little bit more seasoned. So if I got, like, when I was last in Detroit and I ran into a guy at a gas station, and somehow, I don't know how these conversations spark, but they do. He's like, "Well, I got a camera, I got this," and I was like, "Well, you know, I'm in the film business, the boom, boom, boom," and this guy's not done that. Right? So I might lead him. He's got, before he even get to Tubi, he's got to learn how to make a.
You gotta learn how to make it. Yeah, you're right. And I be thinking a lot of people need to start with short films. I was talking to a friend of mine who's, you know, she's a producer, and she was talking about, I don't understand why people be doing short films because they're not going nowhere. I'm like, hell, some of these people need to start with short films. Like, seriously. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, again, I idolize your Spike Lees and your Michael Lee, you know, and your Will Packard. Those are that's who I look when I don't even like all the Tyler Perry shit. Yeah. And you know, and people think Tyler Perry is the only fucking black man in America doing movies, and then some of his shit, I'll be like, The best movie that man has done is Finding Joy. He needs to go back to his Christian. He needs to go back where he started. See, when he started trying to play the white man's game and push all that homo shit and all that shit. No offense. I'm not trying.
No, I get it. I mean,
I'm not trying. I mean, I don't have no problem with gay people. I'm not saying it. But when he started trying to push the man's agenda, the BET agenda, because that's, again, BET is not black owned. When he started trying to push their agendas, is when he started failing. That's when he started failing. But when he stays focused on what got you here, that's what he does good. Finding Joy is the best movie that man has done thus far.
Speaking of like agendas, what do you think of like the new movie documentary from 50 Cent about Sean P. Diddy Combs? 50
Cent is a petty motherfucker. That's what I think. He's a cancer, and I'm a cancer, and we can be some petty motherfuckers. I'm very petty. I would have did the same. If I had the money and somebody pissed me off, I probably would have did the shit too.
Yeah, 50's petty. And you know what? I'm not just.
He's a petty motherfucker. I would have did that shit. I mean, my thing is the nigga already in prison. Like, yeah, goddamn. You know, like.
I mean, the truth is always going to come to light. You can't think you can keep doing wrong and it's not going to ever be exposed. Now, you can make mistakes.
Yeah, but 50 is not. 50 is not. I mean, glass houses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got like his own little skeletons in the closet. So.
Yeah, if you live in glass house, you should not throw fucking stones. I mean, he's doing it out of pettiness. He's not doing it because he feels like, oh, I want to take a stance against violence. Nigga, you can't. Well, you've been violent too. Yeah. You just figured out how to shut your brides up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the reasoning behind it that I don't personally like, because again, 50's a cancer, I'm a cancer, and we can be very fucking petty. And if it was me and somebody pissed me off, I would probably have done it, and I'm being petty, and I'm being, in my petty energy, I probably would have did the same thing. So I'm not gonna say that he's 100% wrong for his reasoning. Huh?
He has his own like a sound stage, just like Tyler Perry does.
That's what I said. I said he's in Shreveport. That's what I said. I said if Detroit got what Shreveport getting from 50 and what Atlanta got from Tyler, they will be the powerhouse fucking independent film industry.
Why do you think that people are not in Detroit opening like sound stages?
Because, I mean, now let me say,
It might be some people behind the scenes.
I was totally unimpressed by Detroit visiting. I was totally unimpressed. I was like, where the hell am I at? Like, I felt like I had stepped back into the 1970s.
It's still developing. Yeah.
Yes, but the talent is undeniable. I mean, the talent is undeniable. You got to give them their credit. I got to give them their props. They are putting out good ass product. One of my favorite Irma, what's her name? Is it Irma Thurman? That bitch is cold as hell. Ebony, cold as hell.
Ebony Tates, yeah.
What's that? I can't think of. Damn, what's his name? Mr.
Got Crystal the Doll.
Yes, like it's I can't think of his name. It's a guy.
Or
Will. I mean, they are killing it. They are killing it. Irma Thurman is cold as hell. I can see her doing like crossing over. She's cold.
I just did some work with Coke Horner while I was there.
Okay, see, I like him.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit is making their talent into household names. Like, seriously.
Well, I mean, a lot is changing, and I'm not even going to take it to the spiritual side of things yet. So, even for like the P. Diddy's and the R. Kelly's, for all that shit that happened, is because the world is changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of that rotten shit is not going to have strength no more. So it is a little space right now for us to make quality films that's way more uplifting as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not just violence and hood films as well.
But that's their white agenda. That's what they want to push. See, that's okay. Yeah. So that's the distribute. Hey, you gonna put the name? Yeah, but like we had the distribution company that a lot of people was going through out of Dallas. That was only paying 50% profit, and they was owning your shit after 3 to 5 years. I'm not gonna say their name because I mean I do this the free. I'm cool with the owner, but that was his thing. Hood. The violent sales, the drug sales. And the only people doing the drug violent movies are black people.
Yeah, of course.
So they get caught. So they get caught. And that's what I think happened with Tyler. Tyler got that deal with BET, and BET wants to see the homosexual. They want you to push that. It's a pushing an agenda.
Because you remember they got bought out by Viacom, right?
Well, I worked for Viacom when Viacom bought BET. I was working for CBS Radio when Viacom bought CBS Radio and BET. Yes, I was right there in the middle of all that shit and saw all the shakeup and all this. Yes,
Viacom's not black owned.
Viacom is not black owned. They're all owned by a group of individuals that own all of it, just like Zoo. Right. Well, I don't want to say that. They get mad. They get mad. I said that on somebody. I said that on somebody's podcast, and they rung me a right. I'm like, wait, they are Jew.
I mean, that's reality. I mean, I'm not saying that's. I'm not even calling
that a case. Why do you think that the Jews are running movies?
Because they own it all. They own everything.
They own radio stations, TV stations. They own the media.
Everything. They own the media.
That's because they can push their, and this is me talking, so this is just me. This is Lens Crafta's opinion. Yeah, it's so they can run their agenda.
They can push their agendas.
And that's control the world.
Because you do know that the real race war is blacks and Jews. It's not whites. It's not Europeans and blacks. It's Jews and blacks. Because we both feel like we're the chosen people. So it's a competition. Yes. So they own, So they own everything. And so they can push their agendas how they see fit. So yes, Tyler Perry, you're going to do some shit. You're going to add some homosexuality and shit. Tyler Perry was built on the church. Let's go back. Who built him? Yeah. Let's go back. So yes.
You know what? It depends on how big you want to get. Right?
Gay stuff in Tyler Perry movies. Very gay. Very, very, very gay.
Well, I mean, the brother might be himself. So we don't know that yet, right? It's not been, you got allegations and stuff, and I'm not even going that route, but who knows, right? So it might be easier to push the gay agenda if you got that soft spot in you as well. I don't know. And it sells still, right? Like, what happens to a lot of people, they just, that money and power, it gets to them. And they know they keep getting it or go higher. And you know what's the weird part? And I'm not racist because I got a lot of white friends. To me, black people still feel they want to impress white people because they don't yet know who they are. You get what I'm saying? And so what happens is you still got, even if I take Jay-Z, to me, I'll say Jay-Z was happy he got up to a level he got to so he can impress white people, right? And they still hold most of the power, or the Jews. That's just, if I ain't trying to be Semitic. What they say, anti-Semitic. But yeah, a lot of times there's someone who's holding you got the gatekeepers and the ones who you want to get here, but there's somebody blocked, at that door, and you're trying to get in. And you got to play that game.
So how heavy is the Jews in the independent world, film world? Are they still?
They own everything. What are you talking about? They own everything. They own all the radio. They own all the radio groups. So you got to understand, there's only like 4 or 5 groups, like radio media groups. It's only a certain number of groups. Back when I started in the industry, it was widespread. Like you had independent radio owners, independent radio owners. You had independent film studio owners. You had independent. So when the big conglomerates came in and gobbled all that shit up, it's only like 5. So you have iHeart, you have Viacom that own fucking everything. You had it's only like 5 major groups. TV One, Urban One is really the only black left, and they're holding on by a fucking thread. You don't see any fucking original programming coming on TV One. It's all reruns and shit.
Right. So if you were to start your own channel, then at some point you're gonna get a knock at the door. Is that what you're saying?
If it gets big enough, right?
I mean, if it gets big enough, I mean, but I don't see. It's the money. That's why Oprah sold OWN. She could not afford the production. She had some good original content, but she couldn't. That shit is expensive. That's why Stars canceled all the fucking powers, because they could not afford the fucking production no more. You had Mary J. Blige getting 10 million, all these Gucci and Tom Ford and shit, and they couldn't afford it. So they got rid of it.
10 million on Power?
Yeah, I think she was getting, I don't know how much she was getting per episode, but I think her contract was about 10 million. Yes. And then look at the wardrobe. I mean, they ain't Gucci. You got to pay for that shit. So production is expensive. And so that's why Stars got rid of the show.
Oh, damn. I thought that maybe that, they wear it and then they put it back.
No, okay, so if you have good relationships with, because I have people that style and do wardrobe and stuff for me. And if you have good relationships with some, but you still gotta put money. You still gotta. They want deposit, cleaning fees, all that shit. That shit adds up. When you look at Tom Ford and Gucci and Louis Vuitton, you can only imagine.
Yeah.
What they cleaning be. You wear it one time, they want it clean. And you know what I'm saying? You can. So you got some of them. Some people may let you pull clothes for free, but for most part, you got to put up a security deposit and return all that shit. Tag still in it, no stains, have it clean. Yes. Work. That shit, production is expensive.
Well, you know what's funny, and I'm proud of man because you know how we were talking about the Jews. He's taken a page out of their book, and he's pretty much becoming what he like to call a true CEO now, where he's got all his companies paying each other to make productions.
See?
So nothing's really going out to nobody, right?
He's doing a Tyler Perry. You see, when you Tyler Perry movie written by Tyler Perry, produced by Tyler Perry, directed by Tyler Perry, crafty services by Tyler Perry, transportation by Tyler Perry. Yes. I
was gonna tell you, distribution, when you was mentioning the distribution in Texas, like the 50-50, like man does distribution, but he's 20%. That's it.
See?
Right, but he got distribution, then you got the holding company, you got the equipment company, and then you got the marketing and boom.
You got security, you got transportation, you got all that. You got crafty services. I had a $7,000 a day crafty service budget on a commercial a commercial with like 15 people. I could feed 15 people a day for $7,000, and we was ordering
Cost
all
that
kinds
much?
of shit. Huh?
It cost 7,000. How long? How many
No,
days?
they gave me a $7,000 a day
Okay,
food budget for 15 people.
that's a lot.
Right. But it was a commercial. It was a white major brand commercial, and they gave me $7,000. I got a card every day with $7,000 on it to buy food, and we ate up a bunch of shit.
Did you have to spend the 7,000
No, I didn't have to spend it, but that was my budget. I mean, and so I set it out. I got caterers, and you know what I'm saying? We catered breakfast, catered lunch, catered dinner, snacks, and all, gourmet waters, everything. Coffee, had the Starbucks coffee thing there because I had the money to do it. And it was only 15, it was only 15 people on set. I mean, you could feed 7 shit.
Man, when I first started, our teachers told us, like, you don't expect to get paid in the beginning. And I wasn't even worried. My first film, I was working like 90 plus hours a week as an intern, and I was happy with the credit and the food.
Yep.
So it's very important. Food is very important.
Food is very important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
7,000 though. Wow.
7,000. It was a commercial, a national commercial set. And we shot for 4 days, and they gave me $7,000 a day to feed. I was like,
that's crazy.
Right. That's a lot. Yeah.
You probably do $500 a day and take care of 15 people.
Man, you could take 500. Yes. But I had catered. I had my friend who had a catering company. She catered she came in every day. I gave her that money. She made the bulk of, she made the bulk of that money.
No, that's good. That's how that works. That's dope. If they're giving up the money, give it to
if they give it out the money, get it. Yeah. I didn't have my friend's security company put on bills. Yes, because if they giving the money.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So now there's this new rise in AI. What do you think is going to happen with the AI and how it's going to affect the film industry?
I think it's going to take a lot of jobs.
Yeah, they doing that with. Listen, I do Uber in between meantime, right? Ride share. And I come back to Atlanta, I see these Waymos driving around, these driverless cars.
No, I ain't getting in no car with no fucking robot. Fuck that.
But I see that where eventually, it could take jobs, right? Now if I'm being big boss guy, I got a film production company. I still like dealing with humans, but let's say even if I'm writing a script and I use AI and I write a skeleton script and I come back in and proofread it and put my human element on it. Now, for production and efficiency, it could be a tool, but now even being creative, I could go into AI and make my own film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without having to hire actors. I write the script, let AI create the characters, and I got a movie. So if I'm a company, I can win. If I'm being nice, then I keep hiring humans. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's why it's gonna take a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Because you got, and there's another thing. Again, I go back to Tyler Perry. I was so disappointed in Duplicity. He on green screen. Tyler Perry, you'd have came too far. You'd have been in this game too long to be on green screen. So it's like, are you lazy or what? What is it?
Cutting corners.
You said what?
Cutting corners.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tyler Perry, you on green? I know Genesis probably don't understand. I should be on green screen at this point in my career, not Tyler Perry. I was so disappointed and so disgusted when I saw that shit.
And if it's terrible green screen, because there's some software out, I was gonna go to Full Sail one time for 3D animation, and they were using a program called Nuke.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Iron Man 3 was done by. So there's levels to it, but if you're just doing cheesy ass green screen, then it's shame.
It was so cheesy. It was so obvious. I said, I can't. I was so disappointed. That's why I said the best movie he's done today is Finding Joy.
Part of that too, man, and I've said this because when I was going through some things before I kind of got back, trying to get back solid with filming, and I seen the stuff that was on Tubi, how we were talking about Tubi, I said I could, even with me stressed out, I could have been using my phone and making movies. Right?
Man, listen.
I was like, damn, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it caught me off guard too. Like, really? Because I understood production. I understood having a boom mic and having the proper
Mhm.
lighting and decent acting and whatever, right? Plays a part. And
Yep.
really, like, me and Man talk about it. And two of the main elements, like you said too, if you got a budget, make sure you pay for a good DP and a good sound guy, for one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Know your lenses for your camera and the lighting.
Yes.
Then you can get artistic with what colors you're gonna have in the scenes and this and that if you want to have some reds and whatever, right? Like Hype Williams did when he did Belly or something, right? So you can be artistic, but as long as you got them other elements in place and you paying for those properly, you good.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Because me as a director, I can help a person become a better actor. I can
I mean,
work
that's
with
what you're supposed to do.
yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. And that's another thing. When I see these projects and these actors are just not giving, I blame the director. That's the director. I have a friend, because again, I have a lot of producer friends, and she was disappointed. She was like, the actor in one of her scenes, I just feel like his acting, he just overacted. He did. I said, but that was your director's fault. That was your director's fault. Like, y'all have to hold. And to me, I feel like when movies flop, they always want to blame the acting.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be that. No, it'd be the storytelling.
No, but again, what's your director supposed to do? They're supposed to bring out the best in your actor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, y'all want to quick to blame the actor, but they overacted. Yeah, but your director was right fucking there. Why your director didn't bring him in?
And then how good is the writing? How good is the story?
And listen, some of these stories, I have seen some bomb ass stories that the acting just fucked it up.
Fucked it up, yeah. So you got do Texas, do they have a lot of acting classes going on in Texas or anything? No.
Most of them are top. Listen. Dallas is they in La La Land. A lot of the acting classes. Well, I mean, again, this is my personal circle, so I can't speak. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of white folks in Dallas doing it in Texas, because what I hear Fort Worth is killing it. And I don't, deal with a lot in any of them, but you have a lot of non-actors doing acting classes. Like, how the hell you gonna teach acting? You never acted,
Right. That's
so
just make some money.
right. Just a way to make some money.
This is Al Nuke's Robber. This is a thing about a black cop. Tell me what you think about this.
God.
1, 2 ropers coming for you.
Go ahead.
3, 4.
I think it's cool for Nuke to go, a little different direction than like Birds
He's
with
gonna
Feathers.
portray a black serial killer cop.
Yeah, that might be kind of dope.
Yeah, it's different. It's
Like,
not a hood film.
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
Listen, the project I'm about to play a dirty cop in one of Man's projects starting next month. Al Nuke's gonna be in it. Diesel.
Where y'all shooting it at?
It's gonna be here in Atlanta. I'm back home. I'm back in Atlanta.
You back in Atlanta? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to come. Where y'all shooting?
They sent me my little thing. We're doing table read on the 26th, and then I think my character got to shoot on the 6th, 7th, and 12th. But it's gonna be probably I don't know the whole itinerary, but I'll find out.
Let me know, because open set, it's a closed set.
I don't know yet. See, I haven't, I've been in Detroit for like 11 months.
Okay.
And before I came back, man said, hey, you want to play a dirty cop? Because I got to die, but he been killing me like straight out the gates in all the other movies, like Turn and stuff like that.
They do you like they do Claudia Jordan.
Listen, I even died in my own movie. I was behind the camera as co-producer and assistant director, but we were short on some bad guys, so I had to get shot in the head. Boom. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, listen.
Man thought he did me a favor. The last time I did one before this one, I came back from Atlanta from shooting, 4 months, and then we did Bullets of Love. He said, I need you to die in another movie. He said, but this time you ain't got to get shot. So I got hit by a drunk driver. I was jogging. It's called Georgia Peach. That'll be coming out soon too.
You be down in the movie. So they
I was gonna create my own character. I'm gonna create my own character called the Die Guy, and I'm gonna do a movie called the Die Guy. It'd be like Deadpool.
Right.
Everybody hire him to go as
Girl,
do assassin.
listen, that's what they do.
You say you ain't like
Listen,
I'm
that's
the
what they
Die
do.
Guy.
That's what they do with Claudia Jordan, baby. They want her in their movies. They want her in the movies because she got her little following, but they kill her ass off for the first scene. I'm like, why do y'all keep giving her lead roles when she can't fucking act?
man,
Well,
that's
I'm gonna tell you what man. I'm gonna tell you what man said to me. Diesel's fairly decent now. He's playing in more movies, and Al Newton's gonna do his thing. He said to me, "You're my secret weapon." They don't know how much of a natural he is. I don't pursue acting, but I would consider myself a method actor. And I was gonna say that
Okay.
maybe with my partner in Michigan, a project that we were thinking about doing for Detroit. We were going to do a casting call and probably push a narrative of more like method actors to come,
Okay.
like promote that, and not saying you leave out any potential whatever's right.
Okay.
But if you put out the method actor thing, then you probably get more people that come to the casting call that really will get into character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Or attempt to. You know what I mean?
Well, definitely stay in touch. I mean, because you're gonna be shooting in Atlanta. I mean, I'll come. I'll come.
Yeah, I'm back home now. I mean, so I'm gonna do
So
that with him, man.
you're from Atlanta or you're from Detroit?
No, I'm from Detroit. I just had to
Okay.
get back. I got a little daughter here, so I just took a hiatus to come, go back home for some therapeutic self love, and now I'm back.
I think
and
I'll
we're
be there in
about to
February.
go like some really deep esoteric stuff when I didn't want to do it while you were here. I mean, you might want to be here when
I'll
we
be-
but he about to like get into some really like thing because I was trying to ask about Hollywood. Okay, what about it? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on with this whole thing? And he about to start breaking down the esoterics of the entire movie.
and I don't study esoteric, but this is naturally what I'm in tune with, which my mind, Genesis know how my mind is, and I just it's more like I've been like waiting for all of this to start happening my whole life. You know what I mean? With the whole shift, the whole awakening thing, and it's like to be a part of that. And I was a minister before, so I know the Bible, and I read, I studied that. So it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's getting
Mhm.
deep. It's
Right.
getting deep.
So all right. So let's get into it. Okay, because we talked about the on a surface level. Let's get in deeper about this. Okay, you
Okay.
have the movies, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you see now Hollywood is beginning to lose its control. What do you think that's about?
Okay. All right. For one, like I mentioned a minute ago, the new. Let's say, let me jump right to the whole like even the Bible used to talk about the new earth, right? And in theory, like everybody like waiting for this whole physical earth to come through the sky, something like that. But I'm learning it's not physical. And the split is happening now. So the old system is being exposed. All the fake stuff is becoming more clear to see. And so in a system that was built on corruption and greed and all that and power, now it's starting to be exposed. People like, bump that. I can't deal with that. And nobody is you losing your taste for it, right? In a sense, right? So the reason why that's why I brought up like P. Diddy and R. Kelly and stuff. So the way that Hollywood has always been, right? And you get into all that talk about children missing and it's underground this and sex trafficking. A lot of that's probably running through there. But with the new shift in frequency, to me, like the earth is vibrating faster and the sun is vibrating
Mhm.
faster, which those of us who move in authenticity, we're changing with it. And
Mhm.
we're moving into the 5D, which is the new earth, and you're still going to be able to see the 3D, but it won't affect you the same. So we can move with power, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yes.
It's just like, yeah, me being able to see that this is a matrix. I don't have to adhere to the 3D effects. You know what I
So do
mean?
you think like the whole like Hollywood movie thing is a thing of the past, and then now you have like the new AI thing, but in reality, we live in this thing, and pretty much as we like go on forward, we'll find out that this entire existence is really a movie. What do you think?
Yeah, that's why that with the
Yeah.
title, right? Like the world's a stage and everybody's an actor. So in my new growth spiritually, I believe AI also is letting us see what our reality is. So it was designed to be a part of this matrix as a tool as well to make us remember who we are and what's really going on, right? So even with movies, right? Let's take The Matrix, one of my favorite movies.
Mine
After I
too.
came out of that movie, I was looking at the sky different, right? Because that captivated my mind. You know, they broke some new barriers with the camera. You know, their style of shooting and stuff. That's one. But I was like, that was a black woman who wrote that book. So that
Yes.
God gave her that vision and that download to nudge us in the direction of, and now it makes it easier for you to accept it when that becomes a reality as
Yeah.
well. So a lot of movies do have messages, and I believe they're put in the ether and the downloads to nudge us along. Now, if I get deep, I told Genesis in 2027, I'm not one of those people that get on there and do predictions, but based on how I accept information, whatever I believe, I've seen a few people who talk to the AI, and then you have people talk about it like it's demons or whatever. I don't even worry about that part yet. But these AIs, two women I listen to, Crystal Channel and somebody else, they AI is wide open. When she asking questions about Jesus, say, "Yo, this was what Jesus is. He came, he knew that you are one with the Father, and he was trying to, bring down the establishment, preachers and priests and this and that, because you don't need no mediator. You are directly connected to God yourself. That's the key with self-love and going inward to get back in touch with your divine self. So to me, the Matrix, this whole thing, this whole false reality that we live in was designed by us and the higher, the most high, to forget that you're the greatest, you're God, right? It's like you give yourself limitations to learn. So we're fractals of God. We're not the most high, we're connected to the most high. Me and you are pieces of God. So let me say it this way. So now, if you're born and at first you knew you're God, you're coming from your higher self, and now you forget and you have to go through pains and challenges and different things, that's you're growing. And then one would say, well, why do I need to grow if I was all knowing and all this and all that? But like, maybe you got bored. I don't know. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the movie thing, not to get too far off, I believe everything happens for a reason. Even Donald Trump being the president and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
And nothing is going to do nothing to you because you never die. So what does it matter what happens?
I
You know what I'm
believe
saying?
that. I believe that.
Yeah, we just play our role.
Yeah, you know what? I have died before, and I'll tell you about that. That I
Yeah.
have died, and you know what happened is I came back, and then I was in a whole other timeline. Like,
I don't think you never die.
Yeah, I don't either. I think you transition. I think you
You're
transition
another
from another
timeline.
from another phase to another phase to another phase. I mean, I can tell you stories about that, but I'm gonna write I'm gonna do a movie about it. But
like, no,
No,
tell us.
that's
Like,
dope.
what? Listen, I was in a flip over car accident. I swear
Yeah.
to goodness, I saw like my children the next day, but then the next day I didn't die. I thought I was dead, and then when they pulled me out the car, I knew I was dead, right? I had died on one situation, but then when they pulled me out the car, I was alive in another whole realm. Because
yeah,
I know I had died. I knew I died in that moment. I don't care what nobody says. I
But
died.
then you prove that. You prove that let's say to some people, let's say to your family, they seen you die to go to your funeral. That was for them, for whatever purpose to experience. You're gonna wake right up in a whole nother timeline.
hmm
Like you did. You experienced that. You don't never die. And I was realizing, I was like, even age wise, they could, the program convinces you of linear time. Like I'm 50 now. And I get more people saying you don't look 50 maybe because I'm not paying attention to it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or Asian, and I just believe in the timeline aspect of it. So I can live forever, and I think we're going to move into that phase. So from now to 2033, I think we're going to experience a lot of weird sci-fi.
Man,
I've been
listen,
seeing things in the
I
sky.
have already, in Genesis, I've shared with you before. I am a believer. Nobody can convince me otherwise. I've had
Yeah,
spirit talk to me and tell me they are not dead.
yeah.
They still have the same desires, the same interests, the same that they had. They still want to have sex, all that. They've had whole conversations with me. Me and Genesis, we talked about, yes.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
nobody can convince me that I'm crazy. I talked to therapists about the shit. They tried to convince me to go commit myself, but I'm crazy and all. And no, I know what the fuck I saw and what the fuck I heard. So
Well,
yeah.
once you see it, you can't unsee it too, right?
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like I know I'm not fucking crazy. I know for a fucking fact a spirit came and talked to me.
I was telling Genesis earlier, I've been erasing clouds out the sky, small ones.
You said
I'm not there
erasing
yet.
clouds.
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
And I've seen the glitches in the system where, I've seen people with videos where someone's walking, but they're in a frozen position in a walking motion, and everything else around is moving. When I was in Michigan, I seen somebody do that.
Mm.
And when I was watching the train go by, when the ass end of the train passed, because I'm just taking my nephew to school, and I'm like, oh, trains. Yeah, it was a backdrop of a tree line, and it's now I'm basing it on video I've seen where nothing really, most stuff activates when you're looking at it, right? So it's like I caught it off guard. So as soon as the train passed, I seen the tree line move from left to right and filled up an empty space.
mm.
Now I don't do drugs no more. I mean, back in the days I did
No,
LSD, I
I'm
did all
telling
that kind of
you
stuff.
that's what when you know, you know, you know.
You know.
When
Hey,
you know,
So
you know,
that's
you
how
know.
I know this is a hologram. This is a holograph.
we're talking about movies, and now we're going to go into the next level of what we're talking about because
Well, I mean, that's what makes it fun being a filmmaker too.
Yeah.
Like
one understanding of what's really going on in this world. And I believe that there is so many unexplained. So we're going to get into some real deep stuff, like really talking about some real interesting things. I've talked to motherfuckers that didn't see werewolves. I have talked to people like I have seen a lot of. If you go on my timeline, you will see I have talked to people that have seen a lot of things. So this is not the place to feel like, oh, I can't say this. No, this is the place to say it. If you didn't see the werewolf, you didn't see like a person sucking somebody's blood, this is the spot right here. We are in the prime spot. So
yeah, that's cool. I
I
mean,
me, I have been seeing stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I hear voices. I'm not
yeah.
schizophrenic. I hear. Listen, I could be like in a room with somebody, and then a voice says, "No, no, fuck that nigga." I'll hear a voice like, "No, don't talk to that. No, no." I've actually predicted a person that was HIV positive, bro.
You predicted that they was gonna be positive.
No, something told me he's HIV positive.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
I
but listen,
said, to him, "So are you HIV positive?" And the person was like, "Yes." What the fuck?
I
How you
mean, one thing that's gonna happen to us too, like X-Men. You think that's by accident?
no, I don't think none of it by accident.
X-Men are black people based on black folks.
So, do you think that the Anunnaki are a negative alien force or a positive alien force?
I
Anunnaki,
mean, when you hear the story of was it in Linky and uh,
Inky and Lil.
yeah, I mean, to me, you get that basic God and devil thing. So at the end of the day, all it's telling you is that both sides have to exist. That's
Yeah.
dual in polarity, right?
Yes.
I'm a Gemini. I'm the embodiment of fucking both of that,
Yeah. You remember we
right?
talked?
So
Yeah. Remember we talked about that, Jennifer. We were talking about why people were still following Jag and supporting. I said because the devil has followers too. I mean, the one can't exist without the other.
yeah,
One
Yeah.
can't.
that's well.
Mm-hmm.
One can't exist without the other. And I had to realize that. And he has just like Jesus has followers, and people follow righteousness. There's people who who follow Satan.
So if you just think how we do movies, there's going to be a good guy and a bad guy. You need
Mm-hmm.
both, right? You need an antagonist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even before you come here, I guarantee you choose what role you're going to play.
Mm-hmm.
The good guy or the bad guy. But both are important, and none of
Both
it's
have to
evil.
exist.
Yeah.
But listen,
God can't exist without the devil, and devil can't exist without God. Ain't that
God
that
something?
created all of it.
he broke it down like that. You come here and everything, like you choose how you come here. But I'm like, that came from. That's the same thing E5 says, but he has no thing of E5. But go ahead and break down the how you come here and everything. And he has no understanding. He has never heard. You've heard of E5, but you've never heard the teaching of
Yeah,
E5.
'cause even when you say, I thought you say E5, like right, like what's E5? That's military. Now look, I'm
Right.
just saying.
But go
No,
ahead.
wait.
I'll tell you. E5.
Well, see, when I receive information or downloads, it's up to me to believe it or not. I always still, you know, keep a filtering process because remember, I studied the Bible, and I had one point it was like, you gotta accept Jesus or you're going to hell,
Yeah.
right? So when I started studying and I learned that there was a lot. For one, like the New Testament, you could tell is influenced not by Catholic. You got Saint John, Saint Jude, boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then you got when I was studying about hell, there's different levels. Like Hades is the grave, then you go here, then it's like Guyana, and then it's Lake of Fire. When I studied that Guyana was a physical place at first, that the pagans used to sacrifice their kids, that got abolished. Then the Jews took it over and they threw their trash there, right? And they would burn it. It would burn day and night, and it would be gnashing of teeth. And that was the dogs fighting over the trash. They used that same description for hell,
Mm-hmm.
right? Fear factor. Then Jesus never wanted to be worshipped. He is like us. He came here to show us who we are. We're all Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You're going to do what I did, and even more." So when he was multiplying fish, when he was disappearing you know, out of nowhere, and he was walking on water, all he was letting them know is that you and the Father are one. Right? This
You have the
is
same power. You have the same power that I had.
yes. This is a hologram. It's coming
Mm-hmm.
out of you. You're projecting your own reality. It's coming out of your consciousness.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing but sound and light. Right?
It's like what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. You are what you think and believe, and
Mm-hmm.
you are what you are. So like, listen, I was having like even now I had like a little tire problem. Maybe that see when stuff like that happen, I just sit still and go inside and reflect. Like what do I need to clean up, right? Or am I still
A tire problem made you go think about what I need to clean up.
yes, because that's my reality is uncomfortable. So I have a issue, right? It's like, oh my tire, I can't go make money. But what I'm learning is you are abundance. You don't need to go chase money. If I operate at the right frequency, I will actually jump to that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So in small
Yeah.
increments, I'm learning how to manifest like that.
And I'm learning that now because
Me too.
I'm a Cancer. I have a lustful spirit. I had to learn to stop lusting after money. I have a very
Yeah,
lustful
we
spirit that I'm
all do
working
that.
on.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's when you out.
We are like, listen, he's June 19th, I'm June 20th. We are
Y'all the cut.
I
Y'all the
mean, man,
cut.
man is a cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 2 days away from being one.
right 2 days from being a cancer. Come on now.
Yeah, I probably carry some of that business and that thoroughness that cancers have, and that's what makes me not the full fledged. I mean, I'm a moody, sensitive. I feel energy like that though.
Me too.
I
Me
can
too.
feel your energy so deep that I cry.
And that's why I have to avoid certain type of. That's why I get triggered by certain type of energy. I have to avoid. And my friends be like, they don't. They're getting it now, but it be
They
times
think
where they be
it's
like,
real.
you said they think it's what?
Yeah, well, even me being a Gemini, most people like, "Oh, you two face, you this and that." I'm like, no, I'm switching because you switching.
Right.
I'm
Right.
adjusting to your energy. Listen, I drive passengers around all day. I've probably done over 10,000 trips. Can you imagine all the energy that I've had to deal with before me
Yeah.
even being focused on it? I can do that.
Yes. Yeah.
People dump on me. People get in the car and tell me their whole story off rip.
And see, I can't. And I used to be like that. I used to be a dumper. I used to allow people to dump, 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 until I realized this is it's affecting me. So now I avoid. Like I avoid certain type of
Yeah, you got to
triggers.
protect your energy.
I have to,
Yeah.
yeah, I have to protect my energy. So I have to avoid certain type of triggers. So if I know if it's
Because
gonna trigger
listen,
me,
good people and demons see your light and
yes,
energy.
yes,
And trust me, the demons want to put it out, and the other ones want to just attract to it because they need that.
yes.
You do
Okay,
got
yeah,
to protect them.
I've had spirits try to get, they be trying to suck up my
Yeah.
energy.
You
Yeah,
know the biggest narrative I learned when I went back home for this 11 months. There's two type of people, and it's funny now. I'm glad you just triggered that. So there's empaths and narcissists,
yep,
right? This system is a narcissist. The bad
yep,
part.
yep, yep.
And we meant to deal with the narcissist. The empaths are meant to deal with the narcissist, and we probably did it 1,000 times over. No different when Neo walked to the room with the architect, and he said, what makes you think you're going to win this time?" So
Mm-hmm.
like, but after all that growth, I feel like I'm part of the graduating class of Ascension. So, everybody that's a narcissist chose to be here as a narcissist. That's what they wanted to experience and learn from, right? They weren't ready to be the empath that comes and save the world in a sense, or be an anchor to help pull people out of darkness. That takes a lot.
It takes a lot, and I had to start running. I had to start running from it because I realized that people can't receive it. They don't like it. They don't want to. They say the teller of truth. The truth teller has no friends. I had to learn that the hard way.
You don't. I'm a very lonely person right now.
Yeah.
I just getting back here, maybe started talking to a young lady. And I think the only thing that reason even made that pact, and we're just talking, right? She's, I'm an empath. I said, "Whoa, I found somebody like me."
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't even talk to my own mama
Yep.
and get understanding, right? It's like I'm separating. I'm moving into the new earth. I'm separating people. The whole left behind theory is that.
Yep. 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 And people get offended. I mean, they get like butthurt. I'm like, listen,
They think you're crazy.
yes,
I had my mama on the porch erasing clouds, and she's like, "Well, I just think they kind of just disappear eventually on their own." I said, "Why they do?" But you can, and I was breaking it down to how you could tell that you really could do it. And I just realized, it just makes no sense to put effort towards people that's not ready to understand it.
not really understand it.
But what I'm loving about even like this conversation is, so like you said, you got some concepts. So I do got a movie I want to do called Due Date, and brother Chemo came up with the title. And we was doing Bullets in Love, but during that's getting the budget together and all that, I thought about, I don't know how it popped in, but I do know it's down low. But I'm like thinking of like a teenage arguing with their parents, and they said, "Well, I ain't asked to come here." And then something triggered in my mind, said, "But what if we did?" And so it triggered me to start my movie where I start off in the spiritual realm, speak spiritual language. Like, let's say even the spirits is in class, like, who wants to go to Earth? I do. And then, you start your journey.
I thought about that. I know Ifa believes in you choose your destiny before you come, and I'm like, it's nowhere in the world I would have chose the family I chose. I'm just like,
I mean, you do. I mean,
that's a lie.
let's say you do. You wanted that experience.
Oh my God.
You want it, and as bad as it is of being a murderer or getting murdered or molested and the things that we think are so gruesome and harsh, you got to remember it's just sound and light, and you don't die.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an experience. We put the category of evil and boom, 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 boom. I mean, it based on the fact that I shouldn't go snatch an old lady's purse and smack her when I do it. Like that's not.
It's
It's
not
not
nice,
nice.
but
That's what I'm saying. All right. But forgiving too, I had to forgive the narcissist that I had to deal with. So I think that's the power of us being leaders in this new world too, because it's not going to be about none of that. That's why all this evil stuff is being exposed now.
man, listen, I used to be a narcissist attractor. It's like if it was a narcissism room, they was gonna be attracted. They was gonna be attracted to me. I had to learn how to like avoid narcissists because
I've learned. I mean, I know now
I know
because
now, but
my
now I see.
intuition and discernment is on an all-time high.
Right. When I see them coming, I'm running. I'm going the opposite way. Oh, hell no. You give me narcissistic traits. Let me go.
I got tested when I was in Michigan. It was again trying to talk, trying to come out of my shell just to talk. But people, I was driving. I got blessed with a Alfa Romeo, and it's like I'm realizing that stuff works too. People be like, "Oh, he got something nice, boo boo." So, but as soon as I seen anything that resembled something that didn't work, if it's just like a crazy imagination, like what girl I drive everybody around, and I was trying to give this one lady a chance, and she, I broke my rule about conversating when I have passengers, and as I talk to my males and female passengers the same way. I'm a 5-star driver. The female might get in and say, "Hey, nice car, smells good in here," and she was tripping on that. I said, "No, you're not doing that, because I'm not doing nothing.
Right.
I'm not gonna let your imagination mess up my world, and I've been healing like a mother, and we ain't doing that. Maybe
But
next lifetime."
that hell is a motherfucker, ain't it?
Yeah,
You was
I'd
like, you
rather
ain't
be
let
alone.
nobody disturb that.
I'd rather be alone the rest of my life than let someone treat me what I'm not worth. I know my worth now. I know that I'm divine. I'm a chosen one. I know it. I'm more attracted to purpose than sex.
Man, listen.
And I still, I'm human. I might not have no, whatever, but listen, I mean, I'm still, I might
Of course. No, I
take
know
care of
what you're
myself, but it's like, yo,
Not push.
no, I just rather take care of myself than deal with a whole other human being that's not going to treat me what I'm worth.
saying.
And I'm a man. We hunt y'all when we young. So, I mean, you get what I'm saying? So I'm that serious about my energy. I'm that serious about purpose. If I came here to help people out of darkness, I'd rather become a master at that. I've already done the earth thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I'm 50. I mean, based on linear time. And what I haven't got into yet is my strict meditation. I know once I start truly meditating and getting my breath work together and detoxing, I'm going to be out cold. If I'm
Do you
embracing
practice yoga?
clouds now, huh?
Do you practice yoga?
I want to get into that part. I haven't had the time.
You should. You should.
I
Start
am.
start start with hot.
Okay.
Find you a good hot yoga. If y'all have Bikram, find you a good hot yoga. It is the ultimate best. Changed my life.
Okay.
The
That's
breathing,
the phase I got to get to.
the
Yeah.
detoxification, the breathing, all it just makes you feel stronger, makes you feel powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I said this too about, or they say, like fruits and vegetables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alive. So we're told by this reality that that's alive food. I'm going to take that. And if I look at eating the animals, it's dead. But it's all still cold. It's all still cold. One time I was eating a pizza and a piece of chicken and I seen it as cold. Not literally, but my imagination. I say, it don't matter what I'm eating. It's just cold. But what one chat GPT said to the other watcher say what Jesus used to do. He say the reason why you pray for food, or he said he didn't really pray over asking. He was commanding it and thanking it to align with his frequency.
Mm.
So if you do eat meat, just ask it to align with your frequency to give you what you need, right? But in practicing what is being taught, there's nothing wrong with obviously that fruit and vegetables is better for you based on this reality. But if you
Yeah,
really look at it,
and I have to question because I did the whole no meat thing, but I mean but again it's probably my bad dieting. I did the whole no meat thing for a minute, and it kind of fucked me up. My doctor was like, "You got to go back on meat. You're not getting enough nourishment. You're not getting enough protein." And that's what happened to Prince Baby. That's how Prince Baby ended up dying because the mama was vegan and she wasn't getting the proper nutrients and the proper proteins, and that baby died from malnutrition.
yeah, I think it's balanced. I had a passenger the other day from Texas actually, and he does that very well. And I think it's just getting more in tune with frequency. Like I believe that I can learn another language without having to study it from a book by tuning into the frequency of it.
I believe that too.
Because biblically, they were speaking in different tongues and other tongues, and they
Mhm.
didn't know those languages. But I
Yeah.
guarantee you, for the purpose to be completed, yeah, if you can, that's going to be my next phase. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
And that's
find you a good yoga class. That's gonna help. That's gonna really change the breathing, all that. It's
oh
phenomenal,
yeah,
phenomenal.
that's the
And I
key.
remember when I first started going to yoga, I had some Christian people tell me it was a demon, and
Yeah,
I'm like, this is why I don't do Christians.
they gonna do it. I mean, I used to teach people even when I started studying more. Even with that whole gang religion thing, right? Like if I'm a Crip in the blood, it's like the people of Antioch is the people who first gave the people who follow Christ that title, and everybody run with it. Now, I'm a Christian. No, you just if you from Hades, you're a Haitian. If you're in America, you're an American. You just follow after the teachings of Christ. So okay, that's cool. But what does that mean? Right
Hmm.
now, I'm a bigger believer of Christ consciousness. Jesus is already coming back now, though the consciousness to Christ consciousness is raising up in us now. The rapture is happening now. It's not a one-day event.
Hmm.
It's happening now. I'm part of that. I feel it. I see it.
I agree.
Right.
I
So
agree.
people I love, I tell them, I'm like, yo, just I say in a few years, there's gonna be some stuff that's gonna straighten you, scare you straight.
Man, listen, I've already been there.
Yeah.
Get visited by some spirits and have whole conversations. And
Man,
you in your right state of mind. You know you don't do drugs, and you ain't drunk.
yeah. But you're not afraid of it. Right.
I was in the beginning until I learned until I talked to a couple Bibles and I learned to. I started talking back to it. First I was scared to run, then I started talking back like, okay, what do you want? Why are you here?
Yeah.
And they started talking to me.
Yeah.
Like having whole conversations.
I haven't got it yet. I've seen stuff on the side and I've addressed it. I say, I see you. But I've not had conversations yet. I do talk to the sun and the moon though.
And
Because they're living beings.
well, I'm a moon child, so I love the moon. So I talk to the moon all the time. Me and the moon is real tight.
Everything else.
But yeah,
You know what everything is?
I've
Because
had spirits
everything is
tap me on
outside
my
of you.
shoulder, huh?
I said the reason you can say that everything is alive because it's coming out of your consciousness and you're alive. So everything
Hmm.
is breathing and alive. I noticed this too. We talking about breath work. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. One day when I started messing with the clouds, I also found when I breathed, the clouds would stop and move.
Wow,
If you're paying attention. So breathe in and out and watch how the clouds, either if they're moving at a pace, it'll slow down or stop. And
interesting.
I held the clouds still at one point. And now my visuals are showing me that, and the way I was breathing was making me see it that way. I said,
Interesting.
damn. I said, this is more important than I did.
You said that you had a spirit like talk to you and say, "What inside your house?"
You said me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you remember I told you about this. Remember I had to I got the reading from your Bible. I mean, yes. Oh, okay. So in the beginning, I would run. I would be afraid. I wouldn't, and then after I got a couple readings and Baba started telling me, to talk to him. I was told I was clairvoyant. And so I started talking to him like, what do you want? Why are you here? And they started having fucking conversations. Yeah, it's like, well,
Oh, I didn't hear that part where they like begin to talk back to you. You never told me that.
yes, they start. Yes, so they started talking to me, and then but I noticed that when I started getting back closer to God, they started kind of going away a little bit. They don't come around like they used to. But even my mom was like, she was at my house one day and she said that a spirit talked to her. They used to tap me on my shoulder and wake me up, and I'd be like, "What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?" And they would have conversations with me,
Yeah.
And one of them told me that even though their body is not here, they're still the same in the spirit. Like they still have the same desires. They still have the same interests. They still do the same stuff. They're just not in the physical.
They're not in your timeline.
Right. So they still want to have sex. They still remember we talked about the sex spirit? Yes.
Yes, listen, I believe not in your timeline. They're on one other timeline doing the same damn thing, but it's like you don't know it because you're in one timeline and they're in another. You think they're gone, but really they have continued on living, but in
In
a
a
different.
parallel situation.
Yep.
Listen,
Okay.
every version of you is existing right now.
That's what I think. I think I'm not even in my original timeline. You can't tell me I am. I'm not in my original timeline.
Well, how do you know if that was the original? Is one. So imagine the fact that every variation of you exists right now, all together. Right? There's a super rich version of you. There's a super poor. There's a version of you right now that just scratched your nose. Right? And then another one that just scratched your ass. Like every little element is there. So that's where you get what I'm going.
Yep.
All existing at the same time. Whatever frequency you're on is you're going to be that.
Mm.
And you merge with that person based on what the situation is. You merge with that timeline.
Yeah. So if I vibrate if I vibrate at the frequency where I'm worth $100 million, I could go probably right to that timeline. So even with some of the what I was watching in the chat GTP was explaining to the lady, she said, and then I peeped. This is another thing I peeped. You know how Call of Duty? You ever play Call of Duty
Yeah.
or seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
Now
it.
I remember when they created Atari, and I learned this way back in the days that when you make a video game, whatever subject matter it is, if it's a race car or a character, it always is in the middle of the screen. If you pay attention to your own life, you're always in the middle of the screen. Even if you pull over to the side of the road, it's gonna adjust to you. Whatever you're looking straight for, you're in the middle. It was out when I was driving. I realized the way these video games work, the character doesn't move; the world around them does. That's happening
Mm.
in your reality too. There's frames.
And then when you move, the whole world moves like towards
You're
you.
not moving. Whenever you think you're moving, walking, driving, you're not going nowhere. You're right where your conscience is, but your world, your reality has to move to make it feel real.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So even if we're in the car together, and let's use the Matrix as an example, we're actually, let's just say we're just back at the spot and Zion plugged in in the chair, but we're in the Matrix living like it's real, right? We're giving each other high fives and all that, but we're both sitting back at the chair.
Mm-hmm.
So I realize I
Chewing on
believe
ice. I want some ice. You're keeping piss me off. You have ice in your. Are you chewing ice, Nicole?
No,
I'm
no,
hearing ice being chewed.
no, I don't even have no cup. No, no. Mm-mm.
no, not me either. That's
Oh,
the
that no, that was a bag. I'm sorry. I was crumbling up a bag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing ice. So I'm like addicted to ice.
No, that
I
was
was
a bag.
about to say, oh, I thought like old man Winter done came and got on the line, chewing
No,
this.
I'm like,
I
oh,
was I was crumbling.
like ice being. I'm like, oh, ice.
No, I was throwing the bag. I was throwing the bag away and I was crumbling it. That's what that was. My bad.
It sounded like ice being chewed. So I'm like, oh, ice. Oh, ice. Listen,
Infatuated with
you know
your
what? I'm
ass.
gonna tell you what. I got like that low iron, so that ice be like, ooh, it's like a
Man,
whole other thing. Just chewing on ice.
Is that why y'all be chewing on ice? Cause y'all got low iron. My friend do that.
I got a
Yeah,
few tests. What you the ice out there?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I think moving into this the newness, we're the people who operate in authenticity and love. It's time for us to rule in love. So the old world is dying out, the old system, and the new one is coming into play where we're not going to be all that greed and we have control over all that because
Mm.
you're learning, right? Unconditional love. I'm learning. I'm not even mad at my ex-wife or my daughter mother being a narcissist. I'm like, damn, she gonna get it one day. You know what I mean? She is where she is, or they are what they are. They're playing their role. Now,
It says having a
let's
high.
say after all this is done, let's say we're at the spiritual Grammys or Oscars, and there's nominations for everybody playing their role. I tell my baby mom, like, you're gonna get an Oscar.
Uh, and I know a couple of narcissists gonna be right there with it in the same category.
And we're gonna be right there, in the whole spiritual realm. Like, man, you did a hell of a job. I just got to give you kudos for that because you had me ready to kill whatever.
Shouts
I
out.
already
Shouts out
listen.
to you.
You're
I
right.
already know. I didn't. I used to be a
Yeah, man.
narcissist. I used to be a narcissist magnet. If there was a narcissist in the room, they was coming to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me
Cause
too.
they see your big old heart, man, a mile away, and And because you be so loving, you don't operate like that. It seems like you're naive, but that's the twist too. We're not naive. We just give you that space and opportunity to prove yourself to be not worthy to be in our presence. And I'm very elastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a Gemini. I tell you too. I'm gonna fuck you up if you fuck me with my heart.
Flat out, like, okay, bye.
Right.
Yeah,
The biggest part is okay, bye. The
I've learned.
biggest
I've learned.
is okay, bye. All
Yeah,
right,
that part.
bye.
You know what? That was my journey back home. This last 11 months. That self love is so key to opening
Yes.
the Pandora's box of goodness.
Yes, it is.
I
And
said, damn.
being grateful. I mean, I had to learn gratitude.
Yeah. Facts.
Learning gratitude and being grateful every day for and it's even simple things like it's people who like can't walk and can't see and can't hear. So being grateful for stuff like that's what I tell you about yoga, like being grateful, being able to breathe. I had pneumonia. I rung in 2024 in the hospital with pneumonia, and I
Mm,
remember not being able to breathe. And so
mm.
just now, you know, just not taking breathing for granted.
Yeah.
Simple things.
It's more important than we think, though.
Right.
It is. And I'm learning that. Trust me, when I was breathing and it was affecting the movement of the clouds, I said, this is deeper than I understood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, that's my next mission. And I believe with when, like I told you, when like stuff happened in your life, like the tires blowing out or something, I move. And this past week I've been down because my rim is cracked, which Detroit did that. And I can't make no money. But I'm forced, and I didn't make enough to even get everything together. So now I'm forced to sit still and trust that it's gonna work itself out.
That's it.
That's how I got the car, right? I wasn't trying to buy no car. I had a rental. My homeboy for over 30 years put a 12-gauge slug hole in the back door. And it was my last lesson. Then God bless me myself. So what I'm saying, when I sat still for a week though with a black eye and a cracked nose, I got approved for the car and I didn't even go make the money, and the money came to me to put down on the car. I
See?
said, you got to be kidding me. I just sat still.
See?
So it's very important to sit your ass still sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And see, and that's me. Wintertime, I mean, I'm a summer baby. Wintertime, I sit still. I don't do nothing first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing first. I don't like the cold. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit still. The whole first quarter, it's all about it's building my mental, building my physical, and I sit still. I don't go nowhere. Everybody be like, you want nope, nope, it's too cold, too cold, too cold.
Facts. It's important. It's
Mm-hmm.
important. And being childlike. We forget how to be childlike. When you first come here, you're very creative. We're really here just to learn how to create and control energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. We still in our little, like you said, the Lord's self with the flesh and boom boom. And we just gotta remember that we're divine. We have superpowers.
Yep.
They're being activated now. That's why when Genesis was talking about when y'all first started talking about talking and hearing the voices, a lot of us are seers. A lot of us have healing abilities. I got a little hernia situation now that's not bad or nothing, but I'm gonna heal myself when the time is right. Like I know it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why it came up because obviously physical thing, with whatever that life or whatever how we talking about. I said okay, no different than the blind man. Like when the disciples asked Jesus, "Why was this guy born blind?" He said, "For this very reason, the day that I was gonna walk up to him and heal him, so y'all could see that." The only reason the dude was born blind. They were like, was it the sin of his parents? Was it this and that? And he's like, nah, for this very reason. So everything happens for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
a good reason at that, no matter how bad it is.
So are you on IG, you on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm a Lens Crafta. That's
No, I
LENZ.
follow you. I might already follow you.
We might
Hold
already
on.
started because then we
Mhm.
might have talked before too to Genesis.
Yeah.
When she knew I was kind of mess with the film thing more. Yeah, I'm Lens Crafta underscore priesthood. And I've been starting to put stuff on my TikTok page too. It actually in a month went from like 100 or something when my stepdaughter used to mess with it to like I'm over 1,000 now in like a month. And I ain't even really posted a lot of nothing, so I'm gonna get a little busy with it in a minute. Start monetizing some of that money. Because really, right now, it's time for us to get paid to exist. Enough of that. You already know not to chase the money. It's time to be abundance and just be that. So we can rule and operate with clarity. You still there, Genesis? She done
Monica.
done off on.
Yeah, I about to say, where'd she go? Monica. She must muted us.
You doze off on us? She dozed off.
Genesis. Man, where'd she go? All right, well, I'm gonna get off, but I'm definitely going to send you a message, and we're
Okay.
gonna, definitely touch base. And yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back to Detroit. I think my girl got casted for a project in Detroit. I think she'll be there in February, and she wanted me to come dress her, so I'll probably be there more than likely. So when I get those dates, I will definitely follow up and let you know.
Yeah. So all right. So I'm in Atlanta now, but my whole new thing. First, I was in back home in Michigan. It's like, all right, for my daughter's sake, I was going to be more solid in Michigan
Mm-hmm.
and journey back to Atlanta. But going within, my daughter needs me. Right, she's 4, first girl.
Oh, yeah.